Good evening and welcome to the live show. It was an exciting day again. It's been exciting all week, honestly. It's been a little wild. Market was a little green early and then it turned red today. And even in the after hours, I think Apple and Amazon both beat their earnings. They went up a little bit. I think Amazon pulled back. It's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it's absolutely insane. What's happening, Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, and everybody else? Let's get rocking and rolling. We don't even have that much to go through. It is going to be the end. I mean, this is the last show of July, guys. Tomorrow morning is August 1st. How crazy is it? And we could be seeing that pullback we've been talking about happening in August. So let's go through the market, see what's happening, and see what's going to be popping. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this evening? And there you go. That's what the heat map looked like. And it got a little weird in the after hours as well. Like I said, Apple did go up a little bit. You don't see it right there, but I'll show you right here. I don't even know what I just put in, but there's Apple right here, and you can see it was spiking up there a little bit. And then Amazon pulled back, and I think they beat their earnings, both of them, and that one dipped down. I have no idea. I don't get earnings at all, but that's okay. And you can see it pulled back like $15 or so. So if I had to guess, I would have said, honestly, Amazon looked a little better, but I did think Apple was going to beat their earnings, but I still didn't know if it was going to go up or not. I didn't play it. So there you go. And scanners are started sputtering and telling us a correction is coming. Laptop Travel said Bitcoin's dipping as well, and that does mean something. So we have been talking about that pullback coming in August. It isn't going to be that crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it'll actually be a little relief, I think, maybe because we can get some better prices. But not only that, this market's exhausting right now. I mean, it is completely insane. So let's go through it and see what's going on. I did shorten up the list a little bit just because it isn't as popping. And we can shorten it up a little. This HCTI right here had run up for us, and it looks like it wants to try to curl back up. You can see it on the 20 right there, made that flat look, and does look like it wants to get off the that MACD right there. I didn't know, but they did they announce a reverse split? Let's see. It looks like they did. So yep, there you go. I did we even talk about it? I think we did talk about it, and then it pulled back or something. Hold on, when was that? The 29th? I don't even remember, guys. And okay, so that was that pullback. We probably did talk about it. I just forget. So let's not look at it until what day? Tomorrow. It'll reverse splits tomorrow, guys. So there you go. We'll be looking at it tomorrow. And yeah, when Laptop Travel's scanners run dry, there's definitely trouble brewing. My scanners weren't popping either. I was trying to grab some things off of them just to add some stuff to the list. So and I wanted to get some good ones, not just, look at everything. And, we're going to see some pullbacks. So I wanted to see what we had that could be popping up. So I was really trying to look around, and we'll have to wait and see what HCTI is going to do. Let me mark that it's going to be a reverse split tomorrow. So there you go. And I did forget about that, but now we kind of remember, and we'll look at it. And ORIS right here pulled back a little bit right there. And let's see, it is going to be getting set up, but it's taking its good old time right here. So we'll keep an eye on Oriental Rise Holdings, see what that wants to do right there. But you can see it's trying to get, and it might not even curl through, but it will try to curl up and look a little bit better right there. So I will look at that one, see what's going on. And how about this SNGX, guys? If you're in the Discord, Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez are both in there now as of today. And Laptop Travel handed this thing out this morning, and it went nuts, guys. And so there you go. First day on the job, and Laptop Travel shows up prepared. That's for sure. So that was a beauty, Laptop Travel. Nice work on that. And there you go. So just another reason to sign up and to check out the Discord. And yeah, Laptop Travels on it in the 4 a.m. And then Luis Rodriguez is in there also, and he even changed his little logo up. So he's got a pretty cool little logo now. And he is going to be handing out some good options. I'll be doing a night note, handing everything out. We'll go through charts. We'll just keep crushing it. Ben's always crushing it. The Godfather's crushing it. And Kyle's in it too, I just noticed. So holy cow, it's getting crazy in there, guys. And he's always giving out some good stock tickers. And so, yeah, I see Kyle. They just started a page for him as well. So that is another person. So, yeah, all kinds of goodness going on in there and a lot of big poppers. And obviously, we can definitely see the entire market with all them kind of eyes on it. And so, yeah, that's another big bonus for the Discord. Like I said, if I have a down day or a week, you got all these other people that are smoking it, and vice versa for everybody. So you don't have to. It's a perfect setup situation in that Discord. I'm telling you. Laptop travel, and I think Luis Rodriguez were having a lot of fun there today. I could tell they were posting a bunch and having a good time. It was pretty active in there, and even on a day that wasn't even popping, we had all kinds of poppers. And how are you, Cadence? How are you this evening? And everybody else tuning in. So let's go ahead and keep an eye on the rest of these. And let's see VRME right here, that verify me. And didn't you mention this one this morning? Laptop travel. Somebody definitely mentioned VRME right here. And this one was jumping up there, kept that. I know we looked at it, last night, this morning. I forget, to be honest, but it did keep that momentum today. I know that. That's all I know. And it was looking good. So there you go. And I would even look at it tomorrow morning. And I thought you did say VRME this morning, laptop travel. So there you go. And you've been on fire lately. So you've been like around the clock on the market with your newsletter and just on fire. And we love it. So stay on fire, because that makes the Discord even better, guys. I'm telling you. And I'm just kind of getting into the swing, and you guys see, I told you guys I had a bunch of vacations coming up and all kinds of stuff, but I'm telling you, after the summer, I'm going to destroy the markets. And I even knew that it was going to pull back here or see some kind of no sleep. I bet you're not sleeping, laptop travel. You're an animal. But I am definitely going to be joining your 4 a.m. Crew right there, and we'll really start killing it in the AMs and in the 4 o'clock hour as well. And then we'll get right back to it in the regular market. So, yeah, we'll just be crushing it around the clock and just locking in crazy profits. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And again, I do think we're going to see a little pullback, and it's fine with me. I'm kind of excited for it. Let the market cool off a little bit, and we can get some better price action, even though they were running up and it was great. You want to run with the wind, but again, you need that little pullback to let the market set back up, catch the bottoms, and run them back up. And then it looks like it's going to get nuts, guys. So it will be exciting, I can tell you that. And that's just what it looks like going going ahead 3 months. And I like to look at about 3 months ahead. So we're going to be on August 1st tomorrow. How crazy is that? So you figure August, September, October, and then we're going to be running right into the winter, November, Thanksgiving, December. And we get crazy. Ben's real good around that time. He was talking about that. He has something that he beats the market every year around that time. I don't know. He was explaining it the other day, and I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And yeah, laptop travel, he's going to be posting a little his laptop travel overnight watch list letter right there. So he's going to be posting that in the Discord too. So not only you have a morning note from Ben, the night note from me, you got a watch list letter from laptop travel, and just the entire market covered like nobody else, guys. I'm telling you, it's incredible. And I think laptop travel does add a lot of bonus, and Luis Rodriguez as well. And like I said, Kyle's in it too. Kyle has a trading thing. I'm trying to think of what it's called. Let me try to look it up real quick. What the heck is Kyle? I forget what it's called. I just know it's Kyle Adams, but what the heck is the Kyle Adams stocks? But I'll have to look and see. Hold on, let me go on X and see what it is, just so I can tell you what his real handle is here. He's a good dude. He's always on the he does the Kyle Adams stocks. That's what it is. That's his handle, and it's Kyle Adams there. So he's on the small cap show as well, and gives out a lot of good picks. So he's in the Discord now. So that is I'm telling you guys, it's going to be next level. He hasn't even posted there. Rhett just started his page, and I kind of welcomed him, and he didn't even post yet. So I'm not even sure. And Rhett probably has to give him a little maybe give them a little show them how everything works and where to go. I needed them to kind of show me real quick. And I mean, not a whole lot, but Discord can be confusing, to be completely honest with you. Once you get into it, it's easy to navigate. But if it's your first time and you're just getting in on Discord, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I know people had mentioned before, do not answer any messages, guys. There's just so much scams and spam out there and fake accounts. It's crazy. So no one's DMing you unless you DM somebody, and then if they respond about that, you'll probably know it's their real account. But yeah, it's just a ton of different crazy scams. Like I said, somebody was hitting me up. I thought it was Red. I had to hit him up and ask him, and he was like, "Nah, definitely a fake account." So even I was confused there. So don't just think it's you guys, because I was confused too, and I had to literally text them and ask them. So I figured I'm just not answering. I do answer you guys, obviously, if I see something. I've talked to a few people, but like I said, hit me up on X if you ever have a question about anything. DM me on X, and I will definitely respond to you. So that's the easiest way. And did SNGX run its course? Well, let's go back to it right there, Janica, and check it out, because it was a big spiker, and I bet it will run up a little bit more early in the morning tomorrow. It looks like it wants to keep that momentum. Now, is it going to stay up there? You have that resistance coming in right there. It blew through it at one point right there, you can see, but at 352. But I do think you're just the way it looks right there. It's in the top, and you will probably get some spikeage in the morning at that 4 a.m. early pre-market. So I'm sure Laptop Travel will be all over this thing, taking a look at it and seeing what's up with it. So I would look at it early. Not sure if it'll continue to run tomorrow all day, but it probably will try to run early from that look right there in the top. It did get in there, and generally they do like to spike up. And again, it could be like one of them candles that wicks up. It might not even go as high, but you might get it right up into that 520 area or somewhere around there. So I would be watching it first thing in the morning. That's what it looks like to me, Janica. So I hope that helps out. And like I said, I'm sure Laptop Travel will be checking that thing out at 4 a.m. And yeah, I'm definitely going to get up early in the next weeks, couple weeks, and start. I was actually thinking about if when I'm on vacation, if I get up early, I'll definitely hop on early. It's just been so chaotic lately, and I know during the school year I'll be able to do it. It'll be a piece of cake for me, so I'm not even worrying about it. But yeah, I'll definitely be a 4 a.m. warrior with you guys and trade, because it will be a lot of fun. There's a lot of craziness going on at that time, that's for sure. Just like this one and so many others every day. So there you go with SNGX. And Caden said missed the show, but be on Monday. Saw that in Hotkeys. Thanks. Oh, nice. There you go. And there you are. You'll fund it tomorrow and grow your Webbull account. Love it right there, Cadence. And yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna have a great time trading together, everybody. So it's going to get really, really, really good. I promise you. And each week, you can see it gets a little better. And I honestly just kind of got the night note like down in the format, because I was using like Apple, and it's not like you can't really like do spell check as well on that. At least I haven't figured it out. So I'm so used to using Word doc for everything, because I've used it my whole life, and it's always just so simple. And then you can also like undo like a mistake real easily, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. It was bothering me, and it was just much easier to navigate in a Word doc for me. I could easily do it. But then I wanted to just easily take a picture of it, and that's easier on the Apple thing. So then I'd copy and paste it, and everything would get messed up, and it was a mess. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Why can't this just be easy? So I had to mess around with that, and I think I finally got it where it's going to be a lot easier. That's what it would take forever just trying to do that. No, I was just trying to get it formatted correctly so I could easily do it each night. It's not that I can't see the market. It's like trying to do the like format it and make it look good. And so hopefully it's going to work out. If not, I'll figure it out. next week. And I actually thought about it. I go back to the hand surgeon tomorrow morning. Look, I'm not even wrapping my hand anymore. How my finger anymore? How crazy is that? So tomorrow will be 3 weeks. I literally cut the tip of my finger off. You can see it. I mean, it's not pretty, but it grew back in less than 3 weeks, which is pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen anything like it, but I do see the hand surgeon tomorrow morning, so I am gonna do a quicker pre-market show tomorrow on a Friday. We'll see what's going on, and I do have to hop off because I have to go get my finger checked out. So that is an early appointment, and that's all they had. So that's what I'm going to see them. And so anyway, that is that, and let's get cruising here and see what's going on in our market. We looked at Verify Me, and Applied's been running up. We've been looking at this thing saying it was setting up, and it did run up really nice today on its earnings. So there you go for APLD, and that looks like it still has some more in the tank right there. And this pineapple one was running up today, PAPL, and look at this thing bouncing up, and you might have some more. Look at that thing trying to get set up there. It had run up. I remember we were talking about it when it did run up the other day, about a week ago or so, and it does look pretty good to continue up. So watch that one for some momentum as well right there. And this one looks really good. What is PM? I forget what the heck it is. Oh, Philip Morris, that was it. I was thinking like Procter and Gamble, and I'm like, that's not the letters. So it wasn't that. Philip Morris, that is it. It's a cigarette company, a tobacco company. And look at this thing, guys. This thing looks really good trying to curl up. I don't know what the hell they have going on down there, but Philip Morris is looking pretty nice to me. So I think we definitely want to be keeping an eye on PM right here. So I think that one's going to pan out to be a really good one real soon. And again, I was trying to find some good ones on the scanners and see what was going on. And Cadence loves the night notes, so there you go. And can you read through the typos? I'm telling you, it is driving me crazy, and I do it after the show, so obviously I'm exhausted. And like I said, the Apple didn't have a doesn't have spell check on it. I've looked everywhere. I'm like, why doesn't this thing have a spell check? It just doesn't make sense. And you also can't undo like the last thing you did. I'm like, they're like the two most basic things that you need. And at least I do. Clearly, I make a lot of mistakes. And I'm typing, guys, with one hand here. So that's been like big. When I usually type, I can type really well and pretty fast. Pretty well. I wouldn't say perfect, but you guys see. And but yeah, I can usually type pretty all right. And yeah, I was trying to read back the one day. I was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize there was that many mistakes in it. Cadence. It was like it kind of blew my mind. I'm like, I can't be posting this thing. This is insane. And so yeah, I was like, I need to put this thing through a spell check or something. And then I was like, I should just use Word doc because I'm used to it and it's way easier to use. So I might even just save it as a Word doc and upload it like that because it's way easier. And then I can spell check it and then it's a piece of cake. So anyway, that's what was happening. And it was kind of driving me crazy, and it would take a while to figure it all out. And I was like, geez, I don't know why it's so hard to do this, but it shouldn't be that hard. But yeah, the Apple thing, like whatever the program is, Grammarly, is that what it's called? I don't even know. I just like went on Apple, and like I said, I have the Mac Mini, and it pops up with something like a Word doc, but it's not exactly. I'm not sure what the hell it is. And so I started typing, and you can save things, but you can't spell check. At least I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, I'll have to look and see if I see anything like that. But I did look around, obviously. And yeah, my typing is atrocious, clearly. So I definitely need spell check. And so there you go. Oh, it's an app. It's not Apple. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, no, I just put Word doc on there, and it was way easier. And then I did it last night. And like I said, then when I copied and pasted it over, it just messed up everything. So I was like, I'm either just gonna do it in Word doc or copy and paste it, and then just highlight it and just make all the everything one font, like everything's like the same size or whatever, which it doesn't matter, and that'll be a piece of cake. But anyway, that's behind the scenes and the night note. But Cadence does love it, and oh, we should read through the typos. They are probably great. I actually, like I said, I read it, I'm like, what the hell? Like, if people don't even know what I'm talking about, it's pretty bad. So I knew I had to make it better, let's put it that way. And so there you go. A little bit of yeah, it balances out because we're sleepy reading it. Well, that's perfect. Yeah, because it's at night and you guys are reading it early in the morning at night. And clearly I do the show and then I hop off and do that. So I'm not a I'm not exactly wide awake, I don't think either. But anyway, let's roll through because Philip Morris is looking great right here, PM. So I think we want to keep an eye on Philip Morris. I don't know what's going on over there. No idea, but I could see it running up to the 20 right there at 172. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one right there. And that's PM. And UNH took a nice dip today. I did like that dip even more because I didn't get into it yet. And it did. Remember, we were talking about it pulling back some. And I would say some is a good pullback right there. And let it come down a little bit more. We have said it. And you might get it like right down here. Maybe we get it like 244, 245, somewhere's around there. And then it looks like it might go into the basement. We'll see if that is a bottom candle tomorrow. We'll know a little bit better. And even if it is and it tries to bounce up a little bit, not the end of the world because look at it, it's down at 250. It opened up at 260 something. So you'll have you would rather it be going up in the right direction than grab it and it be pulling back for $16 today. And that is UNH and Oscar setting up right here. OSCR. We've been talking about it, and you can see this one. And I don't think it's going to bounce off that MACD. They do have earnings coming up with the 6th right there, which I don't even know what the day is. The 6th is Wednesday, so the 5th is Tuesday right there. So that's that crazy day with like a ton of different earnings. Is Tuesday on the 5th. And so yeah, this is the next day after that. So this will be Wednesday of next week. They have earnings. And I'm telling you, it looks pretty good. It should try to curl through before that. Look at the 20 right there. So we know about Oscar, and the futures are red and getting closer to that inverse time right there. I did see all of the futures were red. I looked on the Yahoo app right there before I hopped on Yahoo Financial, and they were red. So I said, well, that's going to be a little pullback. And even Apple and Amazon, they beat their earnings. Apple went up a little and Amazon came down. So yesterday was insane. Like I said, I did not see that happening. Meta and Microsoft going nuts like that. They were pretty good to probably short down today, I would say, huh? Anytime they jump up like that, although Meta stayed up for a while, we'll go through it and see. And here's your GRYP. And look at this thing getting closer, trying to bottom out. You may see it come down here. I'm not exactly sure if we will. Our 20 could still push it down. I think you're going to make a base, and then we'll have to see, play it by each day if it really wants to get rolling yet. But we already know Griffin, that's what it's called, GRYP, is going to be a good one right here. And crypto is pulling back. You can see it. It does look like it wanted to bottom out and wants to curl up, but I don't know if it's exactly ready yet. But we will be keeping an eye on it because it is definitely getting set up there. Look at it. So there you go with GRYP, and Trump's involved with this. And this PEW, I like this one right now. This is looking pretty good. That looked like it bottomed out yesterday at that 585 we had talked about. Today's low is 614. It's in the 640s right here. It got into the 670s, and that's curling up. And there's another one that Trump's family's involved. Trump Jr.'s on the board of that one as well, and that's PEW, grab a gun. And it is pretty nice looking right there. Good opportunity. PSQH right there. Another one that they know about. The Trump family is, I think, pretty sure involved with this one, possibly. I'm not even sure. But anyway, this one's starting to set up. It's not ready yet. Earnings on the 12th, so they're 2 weeks down the road. They're not next week. And you do have a little bit of pullback, probably just going to run along that line right there for PSQH, but we will watch that as it gets set up. Now, this one looks good. Net Capital, Didn't you say Laptop Travel? They have something going on with this thing because this looks pretty good. And look at your 20 coming down aggressively for it because it knows it wants to run right here. So we're definitely watching this bad boy NCPL. I don't know if it's ready yet tomorrow. I don't think it's just on a Friday right now, but it is getting set up, guys. You are going to see this bad boy start to move relatively soon right there. NCPL. And let's take a look and see what Gush is doing. And these guys, I'm telling you, look at this thing. It was up yesterday, a little bit of pullback today. It does look like it's trying to pull back some as it gets set up. Maybe we see it pull back a little bit more. I know the RBNE did pull back today. I saw this one pull back and it hit a support line right there. So we'll have to see because it was run up this morning. Look at it. It was like all over the place. 370 was its high and 239 was its low, and it's at 247 with over 3.5 million. So we will keep an eye on that tomorrow and see if it does want to bounce. It very well could right there. And OCGN right here is not looking bad. Look at this thing getting set up. A little bit of pullback right there. When's their earnings coming up? Tomorrow. And you would assume these are probably going to be good because it's been running up there. So I'd have to say I would think OCGN would have to have pretty good ones. And Trump scrambles to reset tariff rates ahead of the deadline, levies 40% duties on all transshipped goods targeting China. And yes, all them companies have Don Jr. and Eric and Omid Malik, and his hands are in every single one of them. And the NCPL is another one of the Trump family companies. So it is crazy. They got their hands in all these different companies, and that's why we keep them on the list. That's for sure. And yeah, OCGN not looking bad right there. Sinest Tech, little pullback. It has been. And I think you're getting curled back up on this. And I mean, this thing is just a monster in the making because it has such a good product that's been has such good results right now. And you know, it's the rodent birth control thing. I actually remembered what it was. The rodent birth control, and it's having very good results. Ben talks to the owner, the CEO, and they talk to them guys. So we do know about that one. And CNC right here. Michael Anthony brought this to our attention the other day. I've been watching it, and it's been bottoming out right there and just kind of making a little flat line. And now it's starting to curl up. So keep an eye on the CNC. That's another healthcare one. And I know he brought that up the other day, and it has been looking good now. So I'll watch that. And this Coors one's not looking too bad. CORZ right here. And it was up today. And look at it. It's trying to curl up. And it does look like it has a pretty good curl up happening right there. So I would be watching CORZ tomorrow morning as well because that one looks pretty good right there. So keep your eye on that right there. And SNES has 1 year cash runway right there. So yeah, they definitely had some big cities make contracts with them or at least order from them, and they've had some good results with some test programs. So some pilot programs, and usually when that happens, a lot of smaller cities will jump on board with that too. If it works in a big city, it's definitely working in a medium-sized city and a small city. So if you can control rodents in New York City and some of them other major ones, you're probably going to have pretty good results in Chicago, Tokyo, and everywhere else in the world. So that could be a big one right there. And again, they were super early, and BMNR is still pulling back a little. Let it pull back. And there you go. You could see it pulling back in the after hours. And I believe then Kathy Wood get involved in this thing recently. Like I said, I don't know why she was jumping in. I don't think it's ready just yet, to be honest with you. And I think we could even see it down here in the 20s or in the low 30s, the 30 something, maybe 28 off that 50 right there. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on for it. But it will be a good one, and I will definitely like it. And Lockheed Martin looking really good as well, guys. Keep your eye on this. Look at this thing curling up right there. It's taking a little smoke break right now at 420. It's getting ready to fly. It's ready to go sky high right here. So keep your eye on Lockheed Martin. You know this thing doesn't stay down very often right there. So there you go with Lockheed Martin. And I wonder what how's that even league stocks and crypto seems like a conflict of interest. Who Trump, who the hell knows how they Cadence, your question is as good as anybody right there, because I don't think anyone has any idea. I guess his kids are allowed to do whatever. I have no idea. It's bizarre. And because supposedly the president has a hands off and allows his sons. That's what I was just pretty much kind of saying. And and it's just insanity, Cadence, and we all know that. We know that the Epstein is a big cover up for the government and a bunch of high end people, and even the Joe Exotic is a government cover up. So if you didn't listen to that interview, I promise you guys, listen to it and let me know what you think about it, because it's absolutely absurd. That interview is crazy. And I'm telling you, it's just 40 minutes. If you have like 40 minutes, just throw that thing on and listen. It'll go by. Your 40 minutes will fly by because it's so fascinating. I'm telling you, I tried to make it as intriguing as possible, but bring the facts. And I've listened to it twice just because it's just crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So anyway, yeah. And Trump's talking about pardoning P. Diddy. Yeah, that will blow up in his face, because I don't know what the hell he'd be thinking about that. So, who the heck's Billy Beer? I do not remember Billy Beer laptop travel. So I don't know if it was fake news or not, Robin. I did see it too. It was being reported all over the place. So I have no idea as well. But yeah, I have no idea. I did see that being reported and people talking about it. And yeah, I don't get that either. So I have no idea, but I just want to see these Epstein files. Pardon Joe Exotic. After I looked at all that information, I'm like, how's this guy in jail? I still don't understand it. And so yeah, that I don't get, and I think Trump needs to do a way better job with that stuff. That's for sure. So President Carter's brother, Billy Carter, had a beer company. Oh, no shit. I didn't even realize that. Billy Beer. There you go. So I'm sure that company did well. They probably got all kinds of good contracts. And yeah, it's bizarre when that stuff happens. But anyway, let's go back over this stuff. And Lockheed Martin, like I said, is setting up. Elf, I think, pulled back a little bit today, but you're going to see a setup right here as well. So when's the earnings? August 6th. So that's what, Wednesday we said it was. And yeah, you have a setup, maybe a little pullback. You could come back down to like the 117s right there on Elf, but that one will be looking good. And I think this Bria one pulled back today. Yeah, it did. And I was surprised to see that pull back. That could be the dip and rip look right there. BCTX. I've been just watching this thing. I haven't entered it yet. It started to look a little better right there but it wasn't giving you that curl up look just yet. And then today it took that dip. So that one could be a good opportunity, BCTX. And I'm going to look at that tomorrow morning. We've been watching that one just to see if that one wants to do it. And XXII we were looking at last night, and that pulled back today as well. So a lot of them just kind of pulled back a little bit today. And obviously you see what the market looked like. There wasn't a whole lot that was red except for some of the Mag 7, but and a few other ones, but this one was Reddit. Luis Rodriguez had this bad boy, and it ran up in the after hours too, big time. So that'll be a nice one to get rid of in the morning there, Luis Rodriguez. So our RDDT right there, and we did look at that last night, and we did like it. I'm not so sure it'll continue to run up tomorrow, but it ran up big in the after hours. You'll have to look at that right there. And good old hymns, we were looking at that for a little momentum play, and it hit the top right there. That has earnings on August 4th, which must be Monday. And yeah, it's just jumped up over the resistance right there. Not looking bad for HIMS. And we'll have to look at that. It does have that look like it could pull back, but at the same time, it's looking good. So it did get over the resistance, does have some support right there, and the 20's coming up. So him's nice jump up. We'll see tomorrow what it wants to do. And this one, DASH, DoorDash right here is not looking too bad. And it was one of their earnings August 6th. So they're next week as well. And I saw this one on my scanner, DoorDash. It was trying to break through right there, and it's trying to get through again. So You could have a little run up. You definitely have resistance at that 253, but it could possibly get through that MACD, get right off there and pop. So take a look at DoorDash tomorrow. Definitely not looking bad there. And this Erie is looking actually pretty good right here. It's not looking eerie at the moment. They have earnings coming up on August 7th, and it looks like it wants to roll off that MACD right there. ERIE. This is a new one I just saw today. And look at that look right there, guys. So that one's looking pretty good. And again, I was kind of searching around, trying to find the best looking ones that I could, to be completely honest with you. So that has to tell you something. They've been pretty easy to find. And so here's a couple of them that are pretty decent looking. And this RAYA had a really nice dip because they had an offering today, but it did pop right back up for the most part. So that was a golden opportunity. We were looking at it. It does look really good right here. RAYA. And if you caught that nice dip right there, that was a beauty because it came down to like under 2 cents, I think. It was or under 5 cents or something right there. Where the heck was it? RAYA. It was like 7, yeah, down to like 5 cents or something. It was down there today. I know that. So this one they did have an offering, a direct offering, $7 million right there, and it pulled back, but it did bounce kind of right back up. And that is RAYA. So we'll be taking a look at this one. We've been looking at it already. And how about this hit right here? This one went over $2 again, rolled right up. Remember, I was looking at this before. We could have kept this thing. We were in it way down here. I was trading it down here in like the 50s and 60s, guys. Remember? And then it just went nutty. So I guess I should have held on to that one. I had a pretty decent position too. It probably would have been up a whole lot because it's well over 100% for us where we were at. And there you go, a hit. But I don't know. It could have some momentum tomorrow. That's why I'm bringing it up. It looks like it's trying to curl up some more right there and run up. So keep an eye on HIT for a little momentum play. And including this fig right here had an IPO, and this one went nutty today, and then it went crazy in the after hours. And I think Luis Rodriguez was even saying he likes it to run up some more tomorrow, and I think it probably will try to continue to run up there tomorrow. So keep your eye on FIG Figma right there. It is new and looking pretty good. And ENSC right here, someone had asked me to look at this bad boy, just kind of pulling back right there. Let me take a better look at it. Oh, wow, it did spike up at some point today, 221 to 334. Now it's at 204. Not sure when it was spiking up there. Doesn't look like it was in the after hours. And I think if you got out of it on that big pop up, you were in a good position right there. It looks like it could be pulling back a little bit more. I'll have to look at it tomorrow, to be honest with you. But it does look like it should probably pull back, to be honest with you. That's what it looks like at the moment. And VVOS, let's see what this is doing. Vivos Therapeutics right here. That one seems to be pulling back. And let me take a look at it. It could be trying to bottom out. Look, you're 20 still over and you're 50 under it. And I'm not sure if it's exactly ready yet. So I'll keep an eye on VVOS. I know somebody had mentioned that one, and I'll look at that tomorrow as well. So there you go. And let me know if you guys want to see anything. I'll go through our laptop travel list. And you can see there was only a handful. That's all he sent over. He said it was a short list. And when that happens, you should be worried. So let's go ahead. We'll look at them. We'll look at our Jolie's Jams, our SPY, our big caps. We'll see what's going on with the Mag 7 at the moment. And then we'll look at crypto. Crypto's pulling back, guys. Bitcoin's at 115. Solana's at 169. Ethereum's at 3,688. Ripple 296 right there. Cardano's at 72. And since we're talking about it, let's just go ahead and look at it. And there you go. It is quite red. And we did think Bitcoin was pulling back. I thought it was going to hold itself up and kind of hold a baseline right there. We'll see too. That could be that bottom dip, and then you kind of base out right here. But then again, it could base down a little bit more. It looked like it was trying to hold itself up on the 20. Remember, we were talking about it, keeping itself up there. Ethereum is, but if the rest of them pull back pretty hard, Ethereum probably come through the 20. And Solana, I did notice, was under the 20 right there, coming to your 50, or that's your 200, and your 50 is the light one. So, there you go with Solana, definitely coming back down a little bit right there at 169. And Ripple right here is pulling back, and that one is at 298, and it appears that it is kind of pulling back right there. So I would say it is under that 20 right there, and we'll see if it can make a base right here. Maybe it's going to try to level down. I don't know how long they're going to level down for, though, guys. I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to be a huge dip. Let's put it that way. I think you're going to see them pull back some, and then it's going to get really ripping. So we'll be watching it for some great opportunities here. And last time, right before it ran, guys, I told you crypto's about to get popping, and boom, it went nutty. And I have a feeling you're going to see it happen again. Doge, same situation right here. They all look very similar. Stellar, too, same thing. Chainlink was down a little bit, so they all look right there. And I didn't even look at the ETF. Maybe I might be scared to, huh? I really didn't even look at it, but let's see what it's at right here. Let me get to it. Let me see. It is at 1.1. I thought it might have been lower. So, I mean, it's pretty low, but there you go at 1.1. We'll see what that can do, and if it can move finally. And there you go with crypto. And that's what our crypto looks like. And let's see. And Laptop Travel's overnight watch list will be posted into the Discord before the live show is over. So there you go. And, so yeah, you got nonstop, just great information coming your way in that Discord. And like I said, Ben puts out the morning note. Godfather puts out all these great. I read it all the time. He'll do a stock, but I mean, he knows so much about the stocks. It's crazy, guys. And he definitely knows his fundamentals. He's been doing it a long time. So he's a really good one on there. And like I said, Kyle Adam Trades will be on there as well. I just seen his page get started. So welcome, Kyle. And yeah, we're excited. And like I said, the Discord just keeps getting better and better. And that's what's great about it, because again, we can all work together, and that's what it's all about. And when you have all these different eyes on it, like Ben's like, yo, what do you think about PEW or this or that? And then we all look at it and try to dissect it real quick and see if it's a big one to run into and get in, and see if it's running up. You have a way better shot because he's looking at certain things. I'm looking at it, the charts, and we all kind of work pretty well together, as you can see on the small cap show. And that's how this all came about. And I think it's great. I think Laptop Travel is going to be great in it, and Luis Rodriguez, and everybody's great in it. So be sure to check it out. And if you do have any questions about it, hit me up on X, shoot me a DM. Never feel like you're bothering me, because I talk to a ton of people on there all the time and I enjoy it. So if you do have a question about something, just reach out and I will definitely answer your question. Everybody knows I respond. And so, yeah. There you go with that. And here we go with our laptop travel list. And I think I wrote a CLNN. I think that's what it is. Oh, yeah, clean this one. We've looked at this before, trying to get set up. And again, I don't know if it'll get through on this. You may have that little pop-up, as you can see. It is trying to, and you'll probably get right up here. We'll see if we can get over that 375 area right there, and it will be good. But you just can't really tell at the moment going into the Friday. CPIX, that's just sitting there in between the channel, just hanging out. I'll probably hang out tomorrow, but it'll be a pretty decent one to look at next week. And FORA right here, this one looks pretty decent, guys. Look at this tomorrow morning. And there's your blue screen right there, FORA. And that does look like it might keep some momentum right there. You can see got right through the 20 and spiked up. It got up to $2, and that's where it closed. So, yeah, I would be watching FORA right there. That's a good one. And GAIA, I think it is. And there you go. And that one looks pretty good. Earnings coming up on the 11th. Still have 2 weeks. And that one does look pretty good right there. GAIA. So another one, I would be keeping an eye on that one right there for tomorrow. RDI. Let's see what RDI is doing in Reading International. That looks like it's curling back up too. So I would be watching that for a little curl up. And let's see, RDI. There we go. And yeah, you have some resistance right there at like 135. It could easily get through if it rolls off that MACD and gets running. You'll get right off of that 50 right there and get up to the 200 and trend lines right there. So there you go at RDI. That one looks good too. And VYGR is like a Voyager somebody, Voyager Therapeutics. And this guy is just pulling back, hitting the MACD line, and we'll see if it can get a bounce. It actually pulled back through it, it looks like. So that one could have a little bit of pullback. It was trying to get set up, and we'll have to look at that one next week, probably. I would say it might not do anything tomorrow. And YMAB right here, YMABS Therapeutics, and that's pulling back to the 20. And I don't know if that'll get popping up. It says it tried to move a little bit in the after hours, nothing too crazy. YMAB right here. And yeah, I do think you'll have a little more pullback there. So there you go with the laptop travel list. And there are some good ones. Look at that FORA and GAIA and even that RDI right there looking pretty good. So there you go. And let's go ahead and look at our Joe Lee's jams and see if any of them are jamming tonight, because Agrify's been trying to set up. Looks like it might have ran up in the after hours. AGFY, and it was running around today 27. It kind of gapped up there because it closed at 25. It was at 27, then pulled back to 25 again. So that is Agrify, but it had not been looking bad. And Blink's been pulling back here. We'll have to see if it can hold up on that trend line right there. It may kind of fall back under it. Let's hope not. And here goes Sizzle, guys. And we had been saying it wants to get sizzling. And I think that one could be the sizzler right there and could continue to move. So you might want to look at that one. And Sterling's not looking bad as well to run back into the top. And this one's been a solid one, STRL. And I remember saying it would get over 200, hit that 200 when it was way back down here somewhere. And it ran up. I know it was like in the hundreds or something. And that it's in the 260s now. So pretty impressive with Sterling, but it does not look bad for that to continue up. And Rivian had been pulling back. It's still pulling back and looks like it will pull back a little bit more. And how about Symbotic right here hitting the top? Not sure if it's going to get through that resistance. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. And Nike is pulling back right there. And DXYZ had already pulled back, and it's pulling back to the trend line. And we'll have to see if it holds itself up. I'm not so sure it will. So it could pull back a little bit more to get set up. And like I say, here comes that August pullback. And this is why you guys knew I was being cautious. And you want to see something pretty good right here. SPXS. That one's looking pretty good right there to get through the 20 and back into that channel. So keep an eye on that. And here's your VIX looking a little bit green at the moment. Remember, we were looking at it last night saying it had that pullback and was ready to do something. And now it's jumping back up onto the 20 right there. So, and rolling off that MACD. So you should see it up tomorrow, the VIX anyway. And your UVXY was up some as well right here. So you could see that one trying to hop up there and curl up. So yeah, you are going to see some pullback. You could already see it happening. We're always 3 weeks early. And that's why I started really getting cautious in the last week or so, because this thing was really looking crazy up there. But here you go with some pullback, and it does look pretty healthy. Let's just watch it pull back. We'll catch the best opportunities, and then we'll rock and roll the market when these things get down there. We'll hit some options on the way up, and that's the way to do it. And you lock in a ton of profits, and you just keep rolling them over, guys. So there you are, and that's how we're going to play the market. Let's see how we're going to play the Mag 7 and SPY tomorrow. It is pulling back, and I do think you're going to see that pullback, and I've been warning you guys of this pullback coming, and here you go. Apple is up in the after hours and the earnings. It did beat the earnings. I mean, yesterday, Microsoft and Meta, they went up like $80 and 50 or something crazy. Meta went up higher, but still, I mean, this beat the earnings pretty well and went up $5. So you can clearly tell and something's up here, and it's not exactly healthy. It's not even curling up hardcore. So you have to be careful in the morning, see what these look like. Amazon, they also had their earnings. I think they beat their earnings and it pulled back. So it is pretty bizarre, but that's exactly what happened. And Google right here is pulling back. It was looking good in the top. Now you're getting that pullback right there. Meta went crazy yesterday. Obviously, you can see, and a little bit of pullback here. It stayed up for the most part today. That's what I was saying. Meta was like still up there, but Microsoft had come down and had a little pullback there. It was run up a lot higher yesterday. Microsoft MSFT, you can see right there, popped up, and then you had some pretty good pullback because you got up to that 562, and now you're at 537 right there. So there you go with Microsoft. And let's take a look and see what NVIDIA is doing. NVDA right here. And that looks like it kind of topped out and wants to come back down. So I'm telling you, this is a wild market. And I just know that they want to pull back. It's just hard to gauge them, but we knew it was coming up real soon. And here's Tesla even pulling back and looks like it's curling down pretty hard. It had been setting up there, and you have a support line right there at 300. So we'll see if it gets down to 300s. It's at 306 right now. Remember, I was telling you guys to just kind of watch it pull back, and Robin's reading the list right now. So there you go. And Laptop Travel posted it. So if you're in the Discord, you can check that out as you're listening to the show. All kinds of good information right there. There's your Mag 7 for you and what they look like going into tomorrow. And let's look at the rest of the big caps here. AMC, just a little pullback. It's on that support line, just waiting for it to show me it wants to go back up. And GameStop here is kind of curling up. We'll see. It doesn't look too bad right there. I was checking it out today to see if it is that bottom, and it does look like it wants to roll off. Might not mess with it today, tomorrow on a Friday, but Chewy was looking pretty good today. And remember, we were saying it wanted to get set back up, and there you go. It was running up like 2% and trying to move, and it looks like it's trying to cross through right there for CHWI. Here's Unity right here, and that's pulling back. They do have earnings coming up on the 6th. So there you go at Unity. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it does look like it has some pullback right there. And let's look and see what Netflix is doing. I forget it was pulling back. There you go, guys. Remember, I had said it was going to try to pull back even more. And I should stick to my guts on these things because it tells you a couple days in advance, and then they jump around and try to confuse you, but they always go back to what they always set up to be. And when that setup tells you, boom, it wants to do this, you need to listen. AVGO looks like it topped out and wants to come down. I would assume it's going to cross through coming down there tomorrow. And how about that? MU is pulling back there. Look at it coming back down under the support. And again, they're coming all the way down. They're going to make great room, and then they're going to get crazy, guys. I'm telling you what's going to happen. So don't be that concerned. Just don't be in them as they're pulling back, and you're perfectly fine. We'll get them all at the bottom, like TSM. Let it pull back. Let it come through the 20 all the way down to the trend line of 220, and maybe even pull back under that. We'll see what happens there. And SMCI, that ran up, and look at it coming back down. So I do think we're going to see some healthy pullback coming in. AMD, that could still bounce up there a little bit. It has potential to do it, so you have to watch that tomorrow. I don't know if I'd hold it over the weekend there, but it could, and bounce back up real quick. QCOM right here, look at that dip. That was trying to set up and took a big old dip right there off the earnings, and I thought the earnings weren't even bad or something yesterday. And that thing still took a major dip and pulled back some more. So as much as it was trying to get set up right there, QCOM pulled right back on us. And let's see what Snow is up to right here. And that's trying to go up. It actually is not looking bad. It's hitting some resistance right there. Let's see. Yeah, I'd have to look at Snow tomorrow and maybe even Monday to get a better idea, but I'll look at it tomorrow morning. And PayPal's pulling back here, so that has some pullback. Intel had been pulling back. It is pulling back some more. Probably going to come back down to that trend line is what it looks like. And how about Dell? It was looking good, and that's starting to pull back. It doesn't look terrible right there. I'd have to look at that in the morning, but look at IBM. IBM's getting beat up right here, and that had been really good. And look at this big dip. So they're ones that we keep an eye on right there. We love things like that. And PLTR, good old Palantir is going to try to pull back here. Look at it. And I do think it might try to cross down finally. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Sophie has spiked up there. Looks like it's trying to get up, but I'm not so sure, and especially in these markets. So negative news for AMD with Amazon report right there. So I'm not sure what happened, but I know Amazon, everybody's vying for semiconductor and AI everything. So it is crazy right now what's going on with that. But anyway, there's Sophie right there, and I'll have to look at it. I do think you're going to see some pullback there as well. And let's look at Mara and Riot right here. Mara just had its earnings, and I do think Mara is going to go past its support line and come back down. And Riot just had its earnings as well, and I think they were actually pretty decent right there today. And that one's pulling back, and I think you see it come through the 20. So I do think we're seeing some pullback right here in our August, just as we had predicted. So here's CleanSpark coming back down, and that looks like it has some pullback. And our micro strategy, I listened to a couple minutes of the earnings call right there. I think it was pretty decent. I'm not exactly sure. And then that one is setting up, but it does look like it has that pullback. I'll look at it tomorrow, but it does look like it could pull back a little bit more right there. Robinhood was coming down, and that looks like it has potential to be coming down pretty well. So a lot of these look like they're coming down, guys. I'll tell you that right now. And here's Coinbase, and that looks like it's about to get pushed down too. And let's see if Webull is bullish because it's sitting on the 20 and it's curling down right there. And you can see it could come right back down to the $12 range right there for Webull. So keep your eye on that pullback. And space right here was just kind of jumping around. It had been pulling back. Looks like it wants to bounce back up there, but not exactly sure it wants to. We'll see tomorrow, to be honest with you. I would have to wait to see what space looks like. Pretty sure Boeing was pulling back. Yeah, it was. And there you go. Boeing looks like you could be coming back down to that 50, which is at 214 right there. So there you go with Boeing. And DJT, that Trump media is pulling back as well. And Fun has been pulling back right there. So both of them. McDonald's was pulling back. It didn't look terrible, but it was pulling back. I think it is getting set up there for MCD. So that's one that you can keep an eye on. Just watch for a little pullback. And how about your Disney, Luis Rodriguez? Let's take a look at that and see how low it wants to go. Remember, we said it might hit that 50 right there at 118. You're getting close to it now at 119 and some change. And you might even get down to that 117 right there, Luis Rodriguez. So there you go with that bad boy. And that is Disney, and Oxy right here had pulled back. It was trying to get set up. So we'll be looking at that tomorrow. And Exxon Mobil, it looks like it's trying to set up, guys. So there you go with our SPY Mag 7 big caps and all them guys that we look at. And let's see if we got anything else that we want to take a peek at right here. And there you go. And Kyle, I think he might be listening. So he said, honored to be with such legends. Stay tuned. We'll be posting content soon. So we're looking forward to it, Kyle Adams. And so there you go. I just reposted that. And yeah, he's in the Discord as well now. And that's going to be awesome. So like I said, I saw his page get started by Rhett, and it's getting pretty wild in that Discord. So yeah, we just keep bringing more value. But not only that, it's just great picks after great picks, and like I say, if one person doesn't have the best week, you got a bunch of people that can pick up everything and just bam, like knock it out. And you still know that we're reading the market well. You can't be perfect all the time. And then also people do need a few days off here and there. So it works out that you have round the clock coverage, honestly, in the market, every which aspect. And yeah, I think we have it pretty well in there covered. And all day long, and laptop travel brings a lot of value with that 4 a.m. And like I said, I'm going to be getting up with the 4 a.m. Warriors real soon and doing that because it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're just going to be trading everything. That's going to be a perfect trade. We're going to just nail it. So I am looking forward to it. That's for sure. And like I said, just get through the next week, 2-3 weeks or so, and it'll get booming again, guys. This is when everybody starts taking vacations. The market pulls back, it slows down, and we had seen it already coming anyway. So it's nothing that I am concerned about because when it hits September and it gets rolling, it's going to get rocking and rolling. You're going to have September, October, November, December, possibly January, February, March, April. It's just going to keep cruising, guys, and we're going to be round the clock just crushing these things. So don't, like I said, don't force trades, and cash is good to have. And in the Discord, we'll still be hitting big poppers all the time. And even on the show, we always pick out the big poppers. You guys know that. So let's roll through and see what we missed here. Let me go through and see. I think I saw everything up here, but let me just scroll down and see. Let me see. The SPX has turned very bearish today. That was for sure. So I was looking at that, and VRME, we were looking at that bad boy, and let's see what's going on. MSTR, the earnings per share for MicroStrategy significantly exceeded expectations, rising from a projected loss of 7 cents to an actual gain of 32.60, making a remarkable 4,000. Is that 46,671% beat right there? So that's insane. And clearly, because the last earnings, MicroStrategy was way down, and crypto decided to start ripping and go into like 120s. It's pulling back now, but that's pretty wild right there. And let's see what's going on. Sophie's holding up for Kathy Woods right there. Did she just jump in the Sophie? Is that when she just get in? Because I mean, it looks like it's gonna. I mean, it looks like it's setting up, but I think it's gonna be pulling. That's not. I was gonna say that's not Sophie right there. Hold on. This is Sophie right here. Yeah, it looks like it wants to go up there again into the top, but you can see it's gonna try to pull back right there. So I don't know. She just got in, and what Budweiser fell off the wagon again. BUD. Wow, that sure did. I guess they didn't have very good earnings right there. It does say something green, but I'm not sure. Minus 287 million, maybe. I have no idea, guys. I don't really look at them, but that went into the basement. So that'll be down for a little bit right there for Budweiser. And let's see what else is up here. The MicroStrategy's down in PM on Bitcoin weakness. So it is pulling back a little bit, and the Bitcoin MicroStrategy EPS is up 5,819% year over year. That's pretty wild, actually. And let me see. Let's see what else is going on. Them futures are red. And let me see what else we had talked about that and NCPL, and we also talked about SNES, and then how Trump's family is all involved in every single all these different stocks that have crypto involved too. And then we were talking about Trump pardoning P. Diddy, which would be completely insane. I'm not going to lie. And then President Carter's brother, Billy Carter, had a beer company. So that sounded pretty crazy too. And let's see what else is going on. And MicroStrategy, we had talked about that already. SNRX 220%, 21% gain yesterday for Discord followers. Plus Onco was 74%. So there you go. And Laptop Travel did knock it out the park. And Cadence wants to see AEHR Air right here, Air tests. And it is pulling back right there, coming down to the 20. And we'll see. It could pull back down to that trend line right there. I'm not going to lie. AEHR, you can see it pulling back a little bit more. So I'll look at it tomorrow too, but it could come back down a little bit more right there, Cadence. I had already looked at that earlier, so I was already knew what it was doing. But that is Air Test Systems right there, and we'll be keeping an eye on that for a good price. And let's just see what's active. And we probably already looked at everything in that RAYA. Probably going to be a good one, guys. It has that big old fish hook, and they just did the offering. So you're safe, especially if you caught that dip right there. And VRME right there. jumping up and applied, and GIBO is trying to set up. I've been watching it, an open door. Remember, I said don't mess with it. It's been just pulling back day over day, and everybody started jumping on it and trying to get into it. I think we were a little bit early for the open door. What do you guys think about that one? And SPXS, there you go. It is crawling up. That's your bear 500 right there, your bear spy. And Apple and American Airlines, both of them. Apple should be up, but who knows tomorrow, guys? Like I said, market's crazy. AMD right there was pulling back a little bit. And look at Fig Newton tomorrow because it is wild. And Pfizer took a big dip right there. Snapchat trying to run up. It was running up before, pulling back right there. And then now it's trying to run up. Microsoft was all crazy the other day. And let's see what else is going on over here. There's a bunch of new ones, it looked like, because I remember looking at this and said, wow, that was a lot of new ones. And that PBM had been pulling back right there. And let's see, there wasn't a whole lot going on. We looked at the Pineapple and RAYA, and there's Onco right there. And that did jump up first thing this morning. And Laptop Travel did post that one as well. So two of them that were beauties right there. And Cadence couldn't get into Onco until 7 a.m. And oh man, that's not cool. Which one are you? Which one are you? Which platform are you using, Cadence? I couldn't think of the word platform. Holy cow! Which platform are you using? Because yeah, if them early bad boys are going to be on are definitely going to be on Webull and or that IB something, whatever the heck it is. I forget what it is, but there's only two of them that really run at 4 a.m. But Webull is going to be your best one, to be honest with you. And so yeah, you're gonna want to have a Webull account if you're going to be wanting to get up with the 4 a.m. Warriors and trading them bad boys. And they are fast there. I mean, you can have a quick finger. You can get into them as they're going in, and then boom, just yeah, Thinkorswim, and you set up the Webull today. So there you go, Cadence, beautiful. And but yep, that's, and now you see what I'm always see. And now, guys, just this is what we talk. We bring it all out on the show and show you guys what the real trading world is exactly like. So you guys know how I talk about how things are so different. Like Thinkorswim, not a bad platform, but you can't trade at 4 a.m. E-Trade, I'm telling you, they were the best. I've used it probably for 2 decades now, and it's pretty much terrible. And even like TD Ameritrade was good, and then what did they do with Schwab, right? And that's terrible, guys. It's horrible. And all these companies are terrible, and now all of a sudden Webull and Robinhood are good. I mean, it's bizarre, but you got to be able to well, that's why we talk about it, so you can pivot and know exactly what to use. And but yeah, Thinkorswim was a very big one for a long time. People were using that nonstop, and then they just get beat out by Webull like it was no big deal. No big deal. And so yeah, but I think Webull is going to be around for a little while because it just has all the action, and they figured out how to trade at 4 a.m. So it's pretty bizarre and crazy at the same time, but we do like it, and we'll take advantage of it. How's that? But yeah, so if you want to trade at 4 a.m. hours and all that craziness and catch them fast poppers, I'm telling you, set up a Webull account. I did it as well. I had to set up one, and it made it so much easier. I just trade right from my phone for the most part. I can hop on the computer, but I'm perfectly comfortable. The app makes it great, guys. And E-Trade has an app, but it wasn't as good as this. I mean, this is like, it looks like the future, like what we're used to. And so yeah, it's a big difference right there. So there you go with that. And let's see what else is going on. We did the volume that, and crypto we covered. We did our Mag 7. We did everything else. It's not a whole crazy market today. And then Apple and Amazon had earnings. Not much to really talk about. I think they both beat earnings. Apple went up some. Amazon went down. So that's basically all you need to talk about. And CEO Tim Cook says Apple's ready to open its wallet to catch up in AI. So there you go. They're ready to spend some big money there, Apple, and rightfully so. They probably should, and keep up with the AI. And but yeah, there you go, guys. And let's see if there's anything trending that we did not see. I can't imagine there's a whole lot because, like I said, there's not a whole lot going on right now, but that's perfectly fine. And it is going to be August 1st tomorrow, and we are expecting some pullback. Bitcoin is at 115. Amazon down some, Fig up, UNH down, and GameStop down. MicroStrategy's up a little. Roku is down. Reddit's up. And let's see, ENVX is down, and the SQQ is up right there. So that's what's trending on the old stock twits. And there's your SQQ, and that's the short. And it is looking pretty good at the moment anyway. And I'm not sure what ENVX is, but it was pulling back. And it is pulling back there. So there you go. And Cadence does love Thinkorswim simply because has an active trader set up. So keep that for options and Webull for the 4 a.m. There you go. And no, I try to use two too. I use my E-Trade now for like my long term. I'll do options in it as well, just like you're saying, because I'm so used to it. But you can't trade the 4 a.m. and the penny stocks and quick poppers like that. It's easier and faster and better to just do it in your Webull account. So yeah, use your Thinkorswim as your long term and your Webull as your quick trades, and there you go. In Laptop Travel, for example, he Onco was oversold with a nano flow to 200,000 at 45% short flow, and a short term uptrend was forming, holding its uptrend. And so yeah, there you go. And he did now that. And in the trading lounge, he was calling out a few tickers. So tomorrow may my day may be short because have a prearranged meeting. So there you go, no problem. And again, it's going to be a Friday, and it looks like one of them weird days anyway. It's been a few weird days, but we'll obviously be on in the morning. We'll see if we catch anything that wants to be popping. I did say this morning that SPY was up, right, $5, and I said it didn't look too great. There you go. That's a swing of like $7 right there. So not bad right there. You could have played the SPY on that one. It is pulling back, so I do think we're going to see some pullback happening. And our first stop here is 628. So we'll be looking at that for sure. And there you go, everybody. I think we got to everything tonight. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, a pretty short list and a pretty not a calm market, but a pullback market that we were expecting to happen very soon. So we'll be on at 7 a.m. to see exactly how it wants to open. And you 4 a.m. warriors, hop on. And again, Laptop Travel will be on the Discord, and Luis Rodriguez will be hopping on and posting some option plays and everything else. And I'll be on. I'll post my night notes. So you guys have that. You'll have Ben's morning note and everything else. So it's going to be getting really, really good. I think right now, guys, give us like 3 weeks to get it all set up, which is perfect because the market's pulling back. And not that we're not going to be hitting them all, but let us get it all just all in sync with Kyle starting to, and watch what happens when the market starts ripping. It's going to be absolutely insane, especially when we all have our scanners running hardcore, and it's going to get crazy. So I am definitely looking forward to it. And again, I'm not being aggressive when I know the market's up at the top. I learned my lesson last time. I told you plenty of times, and I'm perfectly fine just trading a couple here and there, locking in some quick profits, and just having a lot of cash on hand for when these pull back. That's when you make your money, and you don't have to over trade. You just have to trade smart, lock in those profits, and just trade one at a time. And if you beat your trades each time, you're going to beat the market. So that's the way to look at it, guys, and keep compounding them. So that's what I look forward to doing with everybody. And again, we're getting into August now. Tomorrow will be August 1st. So people do have vacations coming up and them things. It'll be a little bit of a slower month, I think. So don't be discouraged. That's the word I was trying to think. Don't be discouraged just in August, because I'm telling you, once September, it always happens every year. It just starts rocking and rolling, and you can already see it's going to be popping like that. So I am actually excited for it, and it's going to be a good time in Discord and in the market to be making money. So we're going to have a great time, guys, and I am super excited. So did we even say the news? I have no idea. Asian stocks decline on tariffs, and the dollar does edge up, and that's why you keep seeing the market come down. Money Mark was explaining that on the small cap show. Asian shares fall as U.S. unleashes fresh tariffs, and jobs data is up next. Isn't there jobs data tomorrow or something? Non-farm payroll, non-farm private payroll, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings, and average and all kinds of good stuff. Oh, global U.S. manufacturing PMIs tomorrow, and construction spending. So there is a couple things going on, huh? And let's see. U.S. to raise tariffs on scores of nations. Trump hikes tariffs on Canada to 35%. Ups rates for dozens of countries, and Apple earnings were good, but the initial stock move implies Wall Street is worry or whatever. So there you go, guys. I would say that's a good pre-market. Yeah. What am I talking about? That's a good market review, and we'll be back for pre-market to wrap up our Friday and start the month of August. So yeah, last show in July. How about that? How crazy! Summer's cruising along, and we're gonna be right into the month of August, and before we blink, it's gonna be September, and then it's gonna start getting good, guys. Give it like a week or two after. In the middle of September, it kicks up, because in the first week you have Labor Day and people getting back into the swing of things after their summers, and then that's when it gets good. So I'm excited, and I kind of live that lifestyle as well. I think this year, like I said, I have all kinds of vacations coming up in August, which starts tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going away next week and pretty much almost every week, I think, in August. It's crazy, guys. But it's worth it, and I'll be enjoying myself. And I think I'm gonna actually relax. I go on vacations and I'm like hardcore. I'll go kayaking all day and do tons of things. I think I'm just gonna relax. And again, I don't even know if I can do any of this stuff. I go to the hand doctor, the surgeon, tomorrow to see what's up with my finger, but it's pretty damn good. I'm not even wearing a wrap around it, and it's all scabbed up, I must say, and it looked like I grew a whole entire fingertip back. It's pretty impressive. And tomorrow will be 3 weeks, so I'm curious to see what he says about it. But yeah, I don't even know if I can go in a lake or anything, so I have no idea. So I already thought I'm going to take my stuff with me, get some work done that I've been wanting to do, and just kind of do a little relaxing and hang out with the family on vacation, and do things like that. So that'll be nice. And like I said, we're going to be crushing the market, guys. And Laptop Travel will be in there at 4 a.m. And I'll be a 4 a.m. warrior, and then we'll get right into the 7 a.m. We'll just crush everything. We'll see what Ben's up to, and we'll I've already been messing around with not changing the format, but making it even better than what we already have, and really picking out the poppers and everything again. So it'll get better, and I promise you that. We always change things around and catch the trends and just make things work. So that's what we always do here, and we're always pivoting and making it better. So there you go, everyone. Thanks again for hanging out this evening on the last night of July. How crazy is that? I can't even believe we're saying that already. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Thank you, Laptop Travel and Cadence and Luis Rodriguez and Robin and everybody for hanging out. I'm trying to scroll through and just see who else was posting on there. I probably scrolled right by a couple people, but there you are, everybody, and we'll be on at 7 a.m. to see what the pre-market looks like. And I do have a feeling the market could be down a little bit. This is when the tariffs kick in tomorrow, so we'll be seeing what happens with that and everything else. And crypto's pulling back as well, but it's all good because I think it's a little healthy pullback happening right now, and it's going to get really ripping. So thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to follow along on YouTube, X, and all that. If you have any questions, just shoot me a DM on X. I'll respond. And until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., be sure to have a good night, get some rest, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody.